watching Rogers TV.
Welcome to this edition of Dufferin Life. I'm your host, Teena Avery. Thank you so much for tuning in. Here we are at the Tap House. Let's go on in. They start massive. All right. So here we are in the kitchen. Mike was so gracious to bring us in so we can see exactly how the Dirty Deezy is made. I'm super excited. I love seeing how things are made so that I can go home and at least attempt to try to do something similar, but it will never be as good as what we're about to have here. So Mike, tell us, what have we started with?
So this is the Dirty Deezy burger. We at Tap House are fairly famous for our burgers. We have a meat blend that's kind of secret, but we keep it really simple. They're smashed burgers, salt and pepper, all of the best parts of it. A nice, juicy, fatty, excellent meat.
Absolutely. So let's talk about the meat, because I'm just out of curiosity. So when you're making your really amazing burgers, is it like an extra lean thing? Is it like just a regular kind of beef that you use? What kind of?
It is a fattier beef.
Right.
It allows for the crispness on the bottom. It gets the texture to it, and it adds more of the flavor to it. We don't season like crazy our burgers. We find it the more simpler the better, and we seem to be getting a name for them, so it kind of makes sense.
That does make sense. So I'm looking at it now. So you said smashed, so it's a lot flatter than what you would normally see a burger be.
It is flatter, it cooks faster, and it also caramelizes on the inside, so it just makes it that it holds all of that flavor right inside.
Okay, and it's cooked like well done, or is it like a medium kind of thing when you're cooking them?
They're all well done. This particular burger, our Dirty Deezy burger, we've made it a little fancy for the Novemburger contest, but it was also already created beforehand. That was part of the reason that we went for it.
Okay.
So it has our double patties. I'll add cheddar to that. It has a nice coleslaw base so that it just kind of changes things up a bit, gives it a bit more flavor, and then we add a chicken thigh to it, a breaded chicken thigh that we do in-house.
Oh my goodness.
And add some sauce to it, and then a fried pickle. Some of the ingredients seem strange, but when it all comes together,
it all works. Yeah, I find that when you go to restaurants and you see something and you're like, I'm not sure this is going to work, but you always trust that the chef knows what they're doing, and then you taste it and it's just, it all blends together and it's amazing.
That's it.
So how long does it take? How long do we normally cook a burger like this for?
These burgers, because they're smashed, as long as the griddle is nice and hot, it usually takes about 5 minutes.
Okay.
We give it about 2.5 to 3 minutes aside, and then flip it over and then let the cheese melt nice and gooey while everything else is prepared.
I'm telling you, my mouth is already watering thinking about it. So just to remind everybody, you've got this week to get your Novemburger here. It's in support of the United Way. We're going to talk a little bit more about the concept and everything behind it, but I'm super excited to see it all come together. So when we're trying to do something like this at home, I know we can't know the secrets of what goes in, but obviously we have different things at home when we're cooking on a stove and the grills are not so hot. So do you have any tips for anybody that's making burgers from home, just to make them that one step above what they would normally have?
You know what? The more simple, the better. I think people tend to complicate things when especially with burgers. Just a good quality meat, and just make sure that it cooks nice and slow and hot but slow. Don't rush things.
I was just going to say,
don't rush things.
Slow is the key, right? Like I've learned over the years when I've been cooking it, like when you're barbecuing, what you're doing, because a lot of people are like, let's get this done, but slow really kind of helps the flavor.
You get a little excited when you're cooking burgers and you're wanting to flip it and cook faster and make it. It doesn't cook it any faster. Just let it sit, let it do its thing for one side, flip it once. That is the key. It holds all of those juices in. If I had any advice, that would be it.
Well, and that goes for all different types of proteins, right? Like it's a matter of you're not really wanting to keep flipping it over and over.
Let it cook. Just let it do its thing. Even shaking it in the pan and all of that, it looks cool, and the fires and everything else. But let your food cook.
So keep it simple.
That's it. Keep it simple.
Keep it simple makes it good. So when the burger's ready to go, what will be our next step?
For this one here, it's actually probably pretty close here now.
Okay.
We're just going to flip it over. As you see, it has a nice crust on it.
Delicious.
And then I'm going to just sneak in behind you and grab some cheese.
The sizzle is key. I'm just like, I'm loving it, yeah.
Make that look a little nicer, but for today, this is perfect.
Absolutely. It's always a treat to come in the kitchen, I'll be honest, and see how things are done.
And then here's something that I do. If you're wanting that nice gooey cheese, add a little bit of water and let it steam.
Oh,
So that'll
okay.
just sit underneath, and by the time that cheese melts, it's going to just kind of overflow on the outside of that burger.
I've never seen that before. So is this something that normally is done, or this is just something that you normally do?
A lot of kitchens, two things happens. It melts that cheese faster, and it gives it that gooey kind of gooiness to it as well.
Yeah, and we're grateful that we got to come in when you weren't too busy. And
Yeah, you just missed your lunch for us. This actually worked out perfectly.
yeah, absolutely. So, anything, any other tips with regards to making burgers and what we should be looking for when we're buying, maybe even when we're buying our meat? Because obviously
Yeah.
you buy things in a larger quantity.
Of course, yeah. Lean meats for burgers aren't generally as good. You're going to lose a lot of the fat that's in it, and the fat is the flavor.
Okay.
Even with steaks, anything with meats,
Yeah.
the fatty, you see the marbling in the steaks.
Oh, that
that's
is
going
my
to make
favorite, yeah.
It's going to make it a better steak, not necessarily on the outsides, but right in the cut of meat. This is the same thing. We use a brisket and chuck blends that gives it nice, that fatty flavor, and it doesn't shrink as much because you're not losing as much of the fat.
Okay, because a lot of people may not be aware what chuck is versus the regular ground beef.
Yeah, they're pretty well exactly the same.
Are they?
actually.
Okay.
It's just the amount of grind to it. That's it.
See?
Yeah.
I
the
learn
brisket
new
part
things
of
all
it,
the
brisket
time.
is a
Yeah.
fattier meat. When
Okay.
you throw that in, it makes it fattier.
Okay.
That's the difference, as far as I'm
Awesome.
concerned.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. So tell me again, once the meat is done, what are we putting on?
I'm going to put coleslaw on the bottom of our bun, and
Okay.
we're going to add the patties to it. There's a chicken thigh that is cooking right behind us here. It's going to go on top, and then with this burger, you get to choose either honey garlic or barbecue sauce. I prefer
okay.
barbecue sauce, and then we top it with fried pickle.
The fried pickle. Oh my God,
And the other
fried
thing with
pickles are my
burgers too
favorite.
is we butter our buns. A lot of places don't.
Okay.
I had it. That was a tip that somebody, a regular of ours, gave us to make sure that we're buttering our buns. I'd never thought of that before,
Okay.
strangely enough, and it makes a world of difference.
Good to know. Butter your buns, everybody.
Butter your buns.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, well, let's get into it a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about how you put this particular burger together for this fundraiser.
This, we could have chosen any burger. This particular one is dear to our hearts. We lost a friend and comrade this summer to a medical complication, and so we decided we were going to use this one. This burger was already on our menu.
Okay.
And named after him. His name was Herbert, but everybody in the restaurant industry, and especially us, called him Deeds. So we decided this would be a nice ode to him and to his memory. And between our chef Jess and Deedsy, they made that over the summer as something to add to our menu, a little bit bigger and over the top. And he chose most of the ingredients that are on here too. So
So special meaning behind it.
it is very special. We miss him very dearly, and it's still a little strange being around here without him back here working with us and bumping into us and making fun of us.
Well, I mean, it is, and I'm very sorry for your loss. It is very hard to lose someone that you're very, very close to, and I think you're doing him justice by, honoring him with the Novemburger. This is a fundraiser for the United Way.
It is, yep.
And so $2 from every burger is going towards United Way, and that money is being used within our community and coming back to us. And it's a little bit of a competition as well.
It has been. We've had some fun with our friends over at Deja Vu. Started with a bit of a sign war that turned into a little bit of extra. There was actually some people who took it very seriously too and thought we were
goodness.
actually fighting.
Oh.
Jen is a wonderful. I'm going to stop talking trash to Jen. She's a wonderful person. She is a great community leader. We have lots of great community leaders, especially within our restaurant community. But I mean, there's always a little bit of competition.
A little
We
competition.
had some fun back and forth.
Yeah.
But now we're setting our sights on, with only 1 week left, we're actually setting our sights on Guelph. I think we're going to team up a little bit because they seem to be getting a little bit more recognition than us here in Orangeville. So hopefully this last week between the two of us, we can kick some butts and,
absolutely.
and show Guelph that Orangeville is the better restaurant town.
Well, I will let you know we're going over to see Jen after this.
Perfect.
So we
let
can,
her know that I was nice because
I will most definitely. I mean, you've been in the community for a long time. You've been a big partner in the community and helping the community, which is absolutely amazing. And you're both very well loved in the community. And we know deep down in the community that you guys are not really fighting. But I loved the back and forth at the beginning. It was
so
amazing.
Much fun. There was some people who fought for her and would have come right at me if this had continued. So pump the brakes a little bit on it. Jen, you win on that side of it.
Absolutely.
The burgers, I don't know, but the actual the community fight, I think you win.
Absolutely. And just so you know, this is across Ontario, I believe, right?
I don't know if this one is. It is between the Wellington, Dufferin, Guelph. There is a few different factions. I'm not sure if the United Way is doing it all
yeah, I think they are doing it all over, but for this particular competition,
yes.
We're talking about Wellington, Dufferin, Guelph. Yeah.
Perfect.
That's amazing.
Let's check this.
Yes, absolutely.
Before it gets too hot.
Oh my, look at that.
So, as you can see, that cheese is melted very nicely on there. Mm-hmm. So,
double patty.
As
look
we
at
finish
that.
this, I'm going to jump in behind you here now.
Oh my God, I'm sitting here looking at this going, oh my goodness, this is amazing.
There we go. So for us, there is some coleslaw, which we make here in-house. Adds some nice color to it, some nice flavor, and it gives it a bit of height as well. Chicken thigh actually goes on the top side of that.
Oh my God, this burger's going to be massive.
Add the burger patties to it.
Wow. This looks absolutely delicious.
A bit of barbecue sauce.
Mm.
And top us off. Just again, us in the kitchen industry and the restaurant industry, we like everything to be nice and tall. So the pickle, as well as flavor, makes it super tall.
I'm curious how one actually attacks this to start to taste it, because it is very tall, and it looks absolutely delicious. And I've got to tell you, it smells divine. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So let's leave the kitchen. Let's go sit down and chat a little bit more about this amazing burger.
Awesome, thank you.
So you may have remembered a couple weeks ago that we had Colin from the United Way on the show talking about the Novemburger and how it all came about. But how did it come about for you?
The United Way, Colin stopped by. I think he stopped by a few different restaurants within our community just to talk about the cause and discuss the success of this program in other areas, and wanted to bring it to Wellington, Dufferin, Guelph. And being a burger guy here in Orangeville, we thought that we should show more of the community that we are really good at making burgers, and it was a great cause as well. So
yeah, I mean, and as I mentioned before, all of the money is coming back into Dufferin County, Wellington, and Guelph, which is absolutely amazing. And just a reminder, you've got a few days left. You've got until the end of November to enjoy the Dirty Deedsy, and when you do that, $2 of each burger will be going out to the United Way. I want to thank you so much for having us and bringing us into your kitchen.
hey, no problem. It was fun.
It was absolute fun. I'm not going to show you what it's like when I eat this when we're done, because I'm sure I'm going to make a huge mess. But don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com.
For me, it all started here.
I do my best work here.
Scores! Oh my goodness! This guy's dangerous from here, here, and here.
We're watching history in the making here.
And our fans are up here. I'm here for it. It's all about what's up here and what's in here.
Sportsnet, here for hockey.
Public transit, garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street. How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
Welcome back to Dufferin Live. Thanks for staying with us. And if you're just tuning in, you're tuning in at a great time. So here we are with Jennifer Betts at Deja Vu Diner. Thanks for having us come in.
Thank you.
So we were just talking about the Novemburger, and here we have in front of us, and I'm going to have Jen tell you the name of it. So what is this burger called?
It's called the Grilled Cheese Cowboy Burger.
This looks and smells absolutely phenomenal. So tell me about what's on the burger.
So it's a grilled cheese as a bun, burger patty, bacon, cheese, barbecue sauce, onion rings, lettuce, tomato.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, and then the grilled cheese on top.
2 grilled cheeses. We got grilled cheese buns, which is totally intriguing for me. Anything with melty cheese makes me extremely happy. So this looks absolutely phenomenal. Is this something that you normally have on your menu?
We actually have a cowboy burger,
okay,
and we have a grilled cheeseburger.
Okay.
And we combined, those are our 2 most popular burgers, so we combine them into one.
It looks absolutely huge. I don't know how one would dig into it, but we're going to find out very shortly. So let's talk about Novemburger and about the promotion itself. So we're just a week away until the end of the promotion.
Yep.
Let's talk about how it started, because we were just over at Tap House where Mike had some beautiful things to say about Jennifer, but I know that the competition was a little heated when we got started. So let's talk a little bit about that.
The competition?
Yes.
So, yeah, because we're only 2 restaurants in Orangeville that signed up for Novemburger, we thought it might be fun to compete amongst each other, and a little smack talk here and a little dig there. And so, yeah, our online battle began.
Wonderful. And it was all done in good fun. Yes.
All good fun. Yeah.
All good fun. So, as I mentioned before, when we were talking about the Novemburger, $2 from each burger goes to the United Way, and then that's bringing back into Dufferin, Wellington, and Guelph. So, how I mean, I don't even know how one digs into this. I'm assuming with the knife we're going to cut into it.
Cut it in half and just squish it.
Squish it down, which we'll try very, very soon. So let's talk about how you got involved in this.
The United Way approached us, showed us their idea, showed us the details, and we thought it was a great idea, so we signed up.
Well, yes, I mean, you're very well known in the community you're a very generous organization and a generous person here in the community that gives back in a lot of different ways, as does Mike at the Tap House. We live in a wonderful community.
We do.
So I think this is a lot of fun, and I'm so glad to be a part of this. And I'll be honest, I'm really looking forward to tasting this one, as I was the Dirty Deezy over at Tap House. So, but let's talk a little bit about giving back to the community and what that means to you.
I think $2 from each of these burgers are going to the food bank.
Okay.
Here in Orangeville.
Amazing.
Which, with our Feed It Forward program, we see a lot. Until I started that, I didn't really realize how desperate a lot of people were. And then, of course, COVID brought even more desperation for people, and now, in the state of the country we're in right now, it's it's progressively getting worse. So it's really important that these programs are in existence to help people.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, everybody that watches the show, and if you haven't seen it before, we all know how I feel about the Orangeville Food Bank and all the food banks in Dufferin County and around. The need for food has grown exponentially. And we've had Heather on the show. We've done tours over there, and we try to promote everything we can. It breaks my heart to think of people hungry, and to hear that that's where the money is going. That's absolutely phenomenal. But yes, I mean, it's a good step forward. I can't even stop looking at the burger. I'm so so I think on this one we're gonna try to eat it on. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna have a bite, and I'm gonna do what Jen said. And
if you ain't getting messy, you're not doing it right.
Yeah, this is it. Just be prepared, everybody. This is absolutely phenomenal. So I've cut it in half as instructed. Ooh, okay. And then I'm gonna have to squish it down. I'm gonna move it a little closer because I'm afraid I'm gonna wear most of it. This also has something other than the melted cheese and the bacon, onion rings. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is phenomenal and well worth it for a good cause. Here we go. I'm gonna give it a try. Oh my God.
Like an expert.
Oh my goodness, it is so amazing. So the concept of using a grilled cheese as buns, where did that come from? Is that something that I know you mentioned you've got it on there. Thank you so much. You must do one of these. But no, this is phenomenal tasting with the barbecue sauce, like the mix of the onion rings and everything. So it wasn't a hard concept for you to put this all together for the Novemburger?
Well, I'm not gonna lie, a restaurant I used to work at had one years and years ago. It's no longer on the menu. I thought it was genius then, so I just thought I'd reintroduce it.
It is. I'm still eating. It's phenomenal. It is huge. I will say that for sure. So let's talk a little bit about how the contest has been doing. Like we said, we're encouraging everyone to come out. We've got a week left. We've got until the end of November to come out and support, obviously, the diner, but as well as supporting the United Way, which I think is phenomenal. So.
Yeah. It's going okay. It could be better. I think being the first year is a little rough. Also, I think having only 2 restaurants in the area in a promotion that is mainly focused in Guelph is also a little bit of a struggle. But Mike and I have had a really fun time. We've had a really good time. He's such a nice guy. He's so funny. I went in there and he filmed me without even knowing, and we had such a good laugh. He's such a nice guy, and they make such a good burger over there. I mean, I'm guilty of going there. I think I went there last night for dinner, I think we were there last night or the night before we were there for dinner. So it's bringing any awareness to, our burgers and what we do and all that is a great thing. So.
Yeah, Absolutely, absolutely. So here's the challenge. We've got a week left. You need to come out to both Deja Vu Diner and to Tap House as well and try both of those burgers. Support the United Way, support the Orangeville Food Bank, support these amazing restaurants that are involved in this, and hopefully next year we build on it and we have more people involved and
vote for us, not Tap House.
Sorry, Mike. No. But absolutely, this is the challenge. You've got a week left to come out and try this burger. Please do so. It is absolutely delicious. And it's funny because the barbecue sauce, I can still taste it. This is so good. The barbecue sauce just gives it that little bit more, and then the onion rings and the bacon. These are all of my favorite things wrapped into one, right? So, yeah, absolutely. And I'm not dissing the Dirty Deedsy at Tap House at all. That was equally as delicious. It had the deep fried dill pickle on the top, which I love, and so many different things. So we're encouraging everyone to come out and give this a try so that we can support this and, my goodness, just have an amazing meal. So that's the challenge for everyone.
We're open for dinner now till 8 p.m. Wednesday to Sunday.
Perfect.
So lots of time to try it.
Yeah, absolutely. So do not waste any time whatsoever. Jen, I want to thank you so much for allowing us to come in and see how this is all made, and we wish you the best of luck. And I think we need to go off camera and eat some more of this burger without anybody seeing it drop all over me.
Right?
So thank you so much for allowing us to come in.
Thank you.
It was truly our pleasure. Thank you for tuning in. Go out and get your burgers. Support this. This is awesome. Until next time, bye-bye for now.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
In para hockey, the ice tilts in favor of men. But that will never stop us.
United by passion, battling for equity. We are the National Women's Para Hockey Team of Canada.